another one.
Shift left and shift right testing. What in the world is that? That's what when I read it, I'm like, what is this talking about? But it's going to make a lot of sense. It's going to make a lot of sense. All right. So let's get to it. And Alexis, listen up. Listen up. This is going to be very, very helpful for you, my friend. All right. Many of you probably have heard the term shift left in testing, where the tester gets involved earlier in the development process. But did you know shift right testing is also a thing? What? So shift right testing is performing testing activities in production. Testing in production can be extremely valuable tool if used responsibly. Here are a few testing activities that can take place in production. Analyzing logs for issues, watching actual replays of customer sessions, monitoring and alerting, and of course, actually using the system in production. I wanted to bring this up because shift right testing is awesome and it's not nearly as talked about as shift left testing. Going out and looking for problems that actual customers may be experiencing is a great way for the tester to add value to their team and organization. Make sure you discuss with your team about including shift right testing as part of an overall comprehensive testing strategy. It's also something useful that can help when there's no code to be tested at the moment. Go take a look at what the logs are saying. Poke around in production. You can see an awful lot just by looking. You know what? I have to clap that one up. So the reason that I am clapping this one up is because a lot of times I can't even share the amount of times that this happens, right? You're in your testing environment and, with your control parameters, everything looks great, right? And now you deploy to production and there are some workflows that you are like that. Let's put it like this. Customers do the darnest things, all right? Customers do the darnest things. And now you're like, oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that. And now you have things that are breaking production. And every single testing team has been bit by this because you can even go and test in production and then because you're just going to be doing the same thing that you did in your testing environment, you're not going to catch these issues, right? So I wholeheartedly agree with the part about looking through the logs and stuff like that. If you have a way to track customer sessions, then definitely want to do those replays. Monitoring and alerting, so important. There's been times that at various different jobs where we'll deploy and nothing is happening that stands out. But then we start seeing a bunch of different error logs that are coming in. And now we're able to investigate those error logs and we might have to roll back. We might have to deploy a patch or a hot fix, things of that nature. But yeah, I don't think, I've never heard anyone actually call it shift right testing though. Right. But I do think formalizing it and giving it a name is very useful because then you can start introducing a terminology so that you can make that a habit, make that a standard. One thing that we do at my company, after we do a deployment, we have a deployment queue where you join the queue so that now it's your turn to deploy and stuff like that. So once we join the queue, after we deploy, we stay in the queue for a little bit. We're looking at the logs to see what's coming in, to see if there's any error alerts coming in, looking at the logs to make sure some new logs that we would have pushed in are there, making sure that it's clean, things of that extent. I didn't start the clock, but whatever. No clock, no problem, right? But yeah, so those are some of the things that we do. It's and trust me, there's definitely way more that you can do. As far as the part, I do think though, you have to be careful what you test in production though, because you don't want to put quote unquote test data into production because now you're just going to be flooding your databases with bad data and things like that. But definitely if you're going to do a singular test here and there, I like the idea of especially if there's a high traffic environment, monitoring what the customers are doing to see okay, what logs are coming in, what are they using, things of that nature. So very, very, very important. I think this is a great idea overall. I like the mentality of giving it a name. But you're not going to be able to shift right test without shift left testing. And shift left testing is getting more involved at the beginning, like they were saying, contributing to the sprint reviews, not sprint reviews, but contributing to the story refinements, to asking questions about the acceptance criteria, asking questions about the definition of done, suggesting that we also have automation as part of the story in order for it to be completed. All of that good stuff, right? So that is all part, and I think it just becomes comprehensive at that point, from the being involved from the very, very beginning all the way to the very, very end and beyond, right? So from the inception of the story, putting your thumbprint on the risks and the requirements, the acceptance criteria, the definition of done, to actually testing the application, writing your test plan, testing the application, writing your automation test, deploying the application, and then once you're deployed, now you're looking at the logs, you're doing some things in production, you're making sure that everything loads, you're making sure there's no warnings and error, or there could be warnings, but there's no errors that are coming in, no alerts happening, things of that nature. So being involved from like the very beginning to the very end, from when you turn on the lights all the way to when you turn off the lights, you have to be involved at every aspect. And that is what makes you an excellent QA engineer. So that is my thoughts. Let's wrap that question up with a nice bow on top.
I just stepped out, cap and gown in hand, dreams in my pocket, got a future so grand. Coding all night, learn the language right. Now I'm ready for the world, my future's so bright. Heart racing fast, I check my email twice, hoping for that call, yeah, it's gonna feel nice. I'm on my way to the top, can nobody stop me. Dreaming big, working hard, just wait and see. Entry level today, but I'm reaching for more. Here I come, world, I'm ready to soar. Interviews lined up, gotta show my skill. Confidence on high, yeah, I'm ready for the thrill. Got my resume tight and my passion on display. This is the moment, watch me light the way. Networking's the game, I'm making my way. Building connections, I'm here to stay. I'm on my way to the top, can nobody stop me. Working hard, just wait and see. Entry level today, but I'm reaching for more.